Okay, dear volunteers, thank you so much for your cooperation. And here we have some more updates for us to have proper videos made and everything at our own YouTube channel for people to watch and understand, and also the information at our website, at our written handbooks. Thank you. Okay, dear volunteers, please make proper videos, but one of the rules and guidance, we are not going to have any heritage con buildings. Okay, none of those buildings. So I'm gonna show a few of them. They're not needed, not sustainable. You can't even have university in a place like that. You see, we can't have housing, you can't have apartments, way too big. So we have to demolish them all. Look at this. What we can use this for? Nothing of those will be useful, okay? Nothing of those. So we have to demolish them and renew, because what the gift of our humanity, it's in our hands. It's our international constitution, and not buildings for people to keep looking, or ruins that, was something many centuries or millenniums ago, right? None of them are needed. All the statues, mandatory to put statues down, because we don't need. We don't want people that were really good for the planet. We are not going to make statues with them. It's forbidden. Not even for the headquarters, because that's not needed. Not good, not positive, right? We want to remember them as moving, doing things, right? Happy. That's what we want to remember, good people. And many of those statues are not 100% good. They did good things for one thing or another, but we don't need that, So let's say Mother Teresa, she was great, right? She helped so many people. Jesus, great, helped so many people, right? Guide many people. But they were not married, they didn't have children. So we already talked about that, but I'm just telling you, go ahead. If you work in any city of any location, any country that is in charge of those sites, already ask an order, put them down. Statue of Liberty in New York, put it down. Statue of Jesus, in Rio de Janeiro, put it down. All of them are not needed. Buddhas all over, right? We don't need them. We have how many Buddhas we have? And temples and more temples. The Vatican, put them down. All not needed, not sustainable, okay? So all statues, let's put them down. All very big towers and things, all of them are not needed. The China Wall, put it down. We don't need. We're not even going to be there. We're going to live by the beach. So my friends, please make those orders before you resign. Please get those things going as soon as possible. Just start, because we have to start. All these things and houses and buildings that became historical for this historical, sometimes is an old thing that is useless, not good for anybody to be spending money to go to other continents to be looking those places. So places in Greece and all other countries, all not needed. Look what we do with this, what we do with that. People, my friends, people don't have clean water, no food, no housing, no health, no good schools, and other people cross the continents to visit those places. So they're not needed, okay? So let's do that. Everyone, if it's in your hands, look what we do with this. What we do with this? Nothing. We can't even remodel buildings that are close to the beach. So let's make modern, strong buildings for people to live. 4 buildings tall. Those that are 2, but if they're really good, really strong, we can put proper concrete in the walls and, remodel, whichever it is, right? make more rooms and put more windows, because all of them are going to have kitchen. Remember, no kitchen. We are all going to have one kitchen at the community or at the hotel, those tall buildings, right? The community will be like the clubhouse. All the meals at the clubhouse. So we can have a few refrigerators there, right? A few counters. We have the families that will come and prepare the dinners, prepare the lunch for those that are elders. You know, they go to study in the morning, afternoon, do their workout, but they have lunch or dinner there. Dinner for sure. Okay? All right. Dinner we can have the regular families, but lunch, let's keep the elders, right? Let's put our chickens, chicken houses, and let's improve everything and already make a proposal according to everything that you already learned. And if you have a question, place the question at our website. Okay, my friends, so get ready and we see you soon, because we are going to have our international launching day for our organization. Peace and Love Organization. Yeah, we changed the name. We see you soon. Thank you. Okay, so tell me, how something like that becomes the World Heritage for UNESCO? Look, you know, it makes no sense, my friends. Please, let's improve our planet, because, you know, it is not right. We have to be better. You know, what we do with this? Tell me. People have no food and no water. What we do with that? And there goes, is one after another. So all the castles going to be put down, because we can't remodel any of them, you know, because we need modern and strong structures. Okay, so all the castles, all the botanical gardens also going to be down. You know, what's local is local, and what is adjustable can be planted. Otherwise, it needs to get out. You know, oh, this part is desert. This part, no, we don't want deserts. Please, my friends, we don't want deserts. You know, why we have to plant cactuses in botanical gardens? All botanical gardens are going to be city parks or county parks, and that's it. Or if they have already a lot of parks, okay, it can be, you know, for food, for one of the communities that live close by. Okay, look, what we do with this? Tell me, what we do with all these temples, my friend, the temples in our hearts. You know what good you have. You have happiness, you have consistency, you have peace, you have joy, you have respect and dignity. That's what counts. No temples outside. No temples outside anywhere. We don't need that. The temple that we can, you know, things that we can feel better, it's being outside in nature. But look, what we do with all these things, they make no sense, right? It's not good, it's not needed for anybody, right? So let's do better, and for sure, look, what that's so special about that. You know, so we have to learn just because it's beautiful, you know, so we have to figure these things out, you know, and improve everything. Okay, so let's do that. If you're sure with the information, you're sure what to do it before you resign. Get it done. Place, you know, write a document, place the order for the people to do it before you lay them out, right? So let's do it, my friends. Let's get organized and do all these things for us to be really organized. All the pyramids of Egypt and everything else, it's also not needed. All these sculptures, you know, Easter Island, all down. It's all not needed. We're not going to teach our children because it's useless time to teach them all those subjects, right? It's really useless. Statues here, statues, underground statues in tunnels and places from army, from this, and all memorial parks are down, all cemeteries are down. Clean up everything, take everything out, done. You contact the families the best you can. Use the tools you have, give the information, send information, done. 24 hours, done. They already know because they're not going to clean it up. So the county needs to clean up all cemeteries, all memorials. Why we want to celebrate people that already died so many years ago? They're already born, they already became babies, children, teens, already got married, even have grandchildren, right? Why we want that? We don't want that. People need to improve their way of thinking. They don't even know the person already born again is their own parents, grandparents, right? If it's really long time ago, even grandparents. Okay? So all of this gonna be improved. Okay, my friends, so let's get organized. All these bridges, also, all these bridges, all these competitions for no reason, who lifts the most weight, they're at all no sense, right? All these Olympiads and train and train and train, and then they don't have time for their family, they don't have time for themselves to relax, they just train. Many are not even married, many don't even have children or don't want children, they just want to compete and win, but we have to do better. Some just are there to show off. We don't need those things, right? We're going to have competitions at our own schools, own communities, and run for fun, right? Get a few children, a few teens, their age group, let's run, let's see, right? The other ones who can do more sit-ups, who can do more, bar lifting and things like that, okay? All right, let's do it. Okay, for all those very long bridges, all of them gonna be put down. Why is that? Because it makes no sense for people to go so far away for an island, right? Because they're not sustainable. They're there for some time. What about after? Who's gonna fix them? We don't have ships anymore, right? Who's gonna fix them? Make no sense. If it's short from one county to another, then it's okay, right? A big, large river, if it's important, that's okay. Such as here, we have here Martin County to Port St. Lucie, right? We have a bridge there. So we have quite a few bridges, but that is different. If we need, but not to go really far away. For what reason? Kilometers. Some of them are kilometers long, all of them, okay? So let's get organized, already place an order and put them down because we're not going to use them, okay? All right? If they're on a coast from one county to another and really need it, for example, such as this, so cover up. What's the most sustainable for a situation like that? Cover them up. Yes, take the mountains there, cover them up. You can even keep the bridge for security if needed. Otherwise, pack and keep going, and scrape the top of the mountains that we don't need and fix all these things. Everything you can fix. Take the top of mountains and fix. Top of mountains, right? Okay, and we're not going to have, even for small bridges, we don't need any of those type of structures, because they're small bridges, as already the name says. Okay, all right, so let's get organized. And yes, we're gonna put mountains down, right? That's what we have to do, and cover up any area that's needed. Okay, all right, so for the Gulf of Mexico, I already said, we're gonna make something right at the center with demolition and everything else that's needed. So let's get going. So we're not going to have anything like that. No aerial sports of any type, right? Flying sports, nothing of that. Also not scuba diving and none of these diving things not needed. None of that is needed. None of those. Okay? All right. Because we need easy places that is it won't break, easy to maintain along the years. They're really close by, then it's okay. All right? Okay, and where is needed, we're going to put cement on the sides to be really, really sustainable, concrete. Instead of just rocks, put concrete where is needed, for rivers or for the ocean. If it doesn't seem 100% safe and 100%, we have to be smart, 100% smart, 100% safe. So we can't live like that. We have to fix. Okay? So put cement, put concrete, make it neat, make a barrier, make a proper barrier. We can do that, right? As soon as it's sustainable for millenniums, because people are not going to be fixing over and over and over and over and over. So we're going to see where we are going to cover, such as to adjust, right, the coast of all continents, so we're going to cover them up and cover, and we can do housing, roads, and everything, but in a sustainable way. After that, it's forbidden to make new islands. It's forbidden. This also, put it down. It's all not needed. Look at this. Some people spend millions, billions of dollars for what reason? For people to run to work and come back and don't even have time to see their children, don't have time to talk to their spouses, live single, right? Live single, so we can't have those lives anymore. We need to be better, okay? All right, so all of them are not needed, okay? So along the coast, we just cover everything up. Okay, I'm just showing you a few for you to have an idea how many we have that are really huge. Look at this. Oh, not needed. The one in Hawaii, I already put it down because that's not needed. And many others. Many others. Okay. So let's just have a look on the longest. Yeah, so you can look up to have an idea, but all not needed, okay? All right? So really appreciate your attention. Please, volunteers, make even better videos, very objective, send to the right people of all counties for them to know. So they have what? They have 5 minutes notice. Okay, all right. So in 5 minutes, they have to start already thinking what they have to do. And they have 24 hours to write the work orders to send to the right people, because that's the only way. 24 hours to do all these things. The ones that we still cleaning up, we have to wait, of course. Such as, for example, if we have an island there full of people, families, so first we have to clean up the island and then the bridge. But if it's not that the case, already go ahead and put the work order. And already know where you're going to put all these metals. Bring to recycle. You have to clean up in a proper way. Remember? So all the counties of all continents already start cleaning up, organizing. Get ready. So you have your 2 days clean up and do everything that's needed. So you only keep bridges that if it's really, really needed. If they don't have other way to clean up. But if, for example, here, right? If the island there have another way, like a better bridge, not such as long one, such as more inner, inside the continent. So they will use one of them, but they don't need two. Some places have 2, 3, right? So many. We don't need those. Okay? All right? So do the best you can and leave the least as possible for the 2 years, because we're going to start in January 1st, we're going to start the 2-year real cleanup. For what? For what is remaining. But right now, my friends, if you can already give notice to everyone, to schools, to families, to commercial sites, to residential communities, already, don't wait, give the notice. And they have to forward someone else. So everyone receiving notice because they know other people, right? On that same area. So they have to forward to other people that same email for other people to know as well. For example, if they are the manager or the owners, they have to forward to their employees, to the other managers, or even other companies that are related to that. Okay? Because that's the only way. We have a few videos, we're making more, but we have to keep going. Look at this, huge. And go this way and go that way, and more cars. Oh, not sustainable. Already make a law. Tell everyone 24 hours, no cars. So give them 24 hours. The other day, not the first day, but the second day, already no cars on the street. People will take buses and get a job nearby, because that's the only way we are going to improve. Don't wait. If you already know, you're in charge, your mayor, city mayor, county mayor, already give them the notice. Okay, already give them the notice. So no cars, you have 24 hours to drop them off at any supermarket with the key at the dashboard, in a transparent bag, with a little note, a flashcard. So they get a little piece of paper, right? They write their names, their address. I'm giving authorization for my car to be sent to recycling, and done. Okay? All right. Because that's really important. Everything, if you're making a team to contact supermarkets against alcoholic drinks, white sugar, and all these things, then you have to do it. Right? Okay? Look at this. It's huge. It's like the Key West. The bridge is going to Key West, all down the islands and the bridge, because not sustainable. It's not even positive, because it's at the end of a continent, and we can't have that. The same as for India, other countries that have that little island or something, some type of island at the end of the continent. So none of them are good. New Zealand, so it's completely out, New Zealand, and the other ones already said. Okay, so, all right, tell everyone, people that already paid, give the money back. Go online, give their money back. Oh, I paid to visit this place, and that museum, or this trip. No, give the money back, cancel. It's not needed. So people will stay at their own continent and help this big cleanup. We have 2 years of cleanup, so please already do everything you can. Start scraping the mountains, or put dynamite to explode them and pick up the big rocks, and already fill up everything you can if it is by the coast, or if it's not harmonious. This is really harmonious, right? I don't know where it is. It doesn't say right here. Oh, it's in Switzerland. But I'm just saying, so Switzerland, you can live like that because they're not needed, right? So just cover them up, get the trees you can, and transport to Sahara, the best you can, because some places for sure they're gonna grow again, right? We already know places that will grow for sure. Okay, get the wood. Which one would be the most, right? So softwood, get the softwood, and some hardwood as well, right? And sand the barks, because they can turn into mulch at the Sahara Desert. So everything from Europe will go to the Sahara Desert. And until some part of Asia as well, right? And after that, on the north of Asia, north of China, then gonna go to the deserts there. Mostly the Gobi and many other names. But I'm just saying, one main name, because that's not needed for more. Okay, my friends, so let's do that. And let's have our railroad tracks all organized. One lane only go, one lane only comes back. We will never have accidents again. Very simple, my friends. Let's fix and improve this planet, the surface of this planet, because it's unbelievable. We have to do very simple. One lane go, one lane. Look, what's this? Tell me, what's this for? What is this? People have nothing to do, right? So let's get this down. But here is not harmonic, so we have to take this out, we have to take this out. You know, this case, instead of scraping, because it look like it's a hard rock, so explode everything, cover the bottom the best you can, right? So explode the both sides, of course, take this bridge out, right? And give the money back to people. Done. Very simple. So already get all this down. Let me see, where's that? China. You see? So let's get all these trees, because here they're going to grow again, because look how good they are. So they're very good. They have good soil there, good structure. So take many out, not everything, but take, in this case, we have to take out the base, the rock themselves, right? Bring to the Gobi Desert, right? They have many different names there. Okay? So we're going to do that. Sand the barks. Turn them into mulch. Oh, this is not needed. Okay? Look at this. Is that a hand? Today is November 30th, 2022. Let's get organized with everything, my friends. What's that? It's a river there? Okay, so in this case, we take all this out, cover the bottom, okay? Take everything out and recycle the bridge. Recycle. Look at this. All these things are not needed. You know, none of this. Okay, so you have already a good idea. Look at this. So tall they are for no reason. Okay, so thank you so much and we see you soon. Okay, so at the title I said updates for cities remodeling, right? For government leaders and staff members. Okay, so what that means, do your easy work orders now before you resign. Because we still have the whole month of December, right? For everything you can already renew, go ahead and already do it. There are many public buildings in many countries, they are not even used. Already put them down, already have the work order, get it cleaned up, already clean up all the cemeteries, all the memorial parks as well, shopping centers, all of those. Already give the notice, tell them that they're not going to be. Give them 48 hours, the 2 days cleanup, and have 2 more days, to make sure, inspect, everything is empty out, and already demolish all these huge shopping centers that we're not going to use. And everything else already said, such as buildings that are not used, easy, whichever you think you can already do. So already hire people, because many people need jobs anyways, and get it done. Of course, everything organized, properly made, because we still have the whole month of December, so let's do it. And at the training in January, then we are going to details, places with residential communities, right? How the family is going to move, because they cannot move all the way to the beach. They have to move close, about 100 kilometers, 80 kilometers from the beach. Another thing that's very easy to demolish are places like industrial and commercial places that are not being used at the center of continents, not at the beach, because we might use for something, right? Not those close to the beach. Okay, so you can go ahead, because many countries, have things that are not needed, negative places, also negative producers. All of those, give them the notice. They have to clean up in 2 days. You have to be strong, send them an email and make it happen, and have everything on record when you notice each of those sites. Every company, producers and sellers for alcoholic drinks, marijuana, tobacco, nicotine, gums, candies, white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and there goes artificial coloring. Bars that they have to close down, all these places for dancing at night, clubs, right? They have to close down as well. This is very easy. Already give them notice, close and already demolish, clean up everything, send the construction debris to the proper location, right? And of course, everything done properly. Proper inspection before, take the carpets first, take the windows, the doors, the cabinets, furniture, everything goes to recycle in proper location. Then you demolish. Some places you need to take the roof out first because you cannot mix wood with concrete. They go to different places. Where the the bricks, right, the construction material gonna go, not to the landfill. You have to figure out and where the wood gonna go, the metal, the glasses. So you go organize everything, give the job to most people as you can, train them the best you can, organize everything, ask them if they're really interested, give the job positions to people that are really interested because they can use that money, because the money they have, we're going to use in points, right? For everything gonna be points, like $1 for 1 point. So people that have more money in a bank account, we're gonna consider if it's an honest money, everyone gonna consider. They have to use that money until the end of these 2 years cleanup. For vacation, they can use for the apartment they're going to live. But in many countries, people need jobs, so let's do it. Stores that are not positive as well, such as dollar stores. All these stores that are not needed can already close down. And also for pharmaceutical industry, the producers and the sellers, all these pharmacies that sell synthetic medication, allopathic medication, they have to close down because none of those items we need, nothing. No vaccines, nothing of those chemicals. No anti-inflammatory, no antibiotic, no analgesic, no painkillers, nothing of those, nothing of this are needed. The only thing that we will use are worm medication, parasites. They have to send them to proper health clinics, and everything else they just have to close down. Because even the propolis, the vitamins, everything is synthetic. We don't need those things. So if they have vitamins they can give to people, customers, families close by, or neighborhoods that need them, because some of them need those vitamins, and some pharmacies sell also some natural things, and then if they have natural, they're gonna give to somebody else. They cannot keep those places because to avoid people to keep going and looking for them and going, they don't even need band-aids. Some people live decades without band-aids. We don't need band-aids, right? Okay, and everything else. No talc for the feet because healthy people don't have bacteria on their feet, don't have fungus on their feet, right? So there goes. And the other place that you can already close down are these costumes, these companies for costumes. All of them already have to close down because our cost is going to be very simple for the schools, very simple, all with cotton material, so all of those items those stores you can already close down. For stores that have fabric, all these different patterns, they can already clean up everything that's not going to be used and have the very little in a location. They can close already a big part of their stores, right? So they can have just the plain fabric, can even be synthetic because we are going to make some clothes, their color lasts for a longer time, but only plain solid colors. So the other part, they can already close down. You can already tell them they can move to a nearby smaller location and put signs in the front, and then you can already, demolish those huge places that sell all these fabrics. So these stores that sell school materials, and office materials, all of them already have to close down because a very little is needed. We're just going to use paper, right? So they can move to a very small location because most of their items are not needed. We're not going to use them. So we're just going to use its colored pencils, right? The white fabric, very simple things that we are authorized. They can already move to a very small location. Those authorized places gonna move close to the hotel. So you already have to decide which hotels in different neighborhoods gonna stay. If you don't have hotels, because some cities don't have much hotels, they're not touristic places, right? So choose small apartments because families of 10 or 12 people can live in small apartments. They're going to be most of the time outside anyways. The house is mostly just to sleep. They're not going to have food there. You just get downstairs of these apartments always, a room or a clubhouse or something like that to prepare the meals for everyone, like a hotel. If they don't have, get the restaurant that is right close to them, or make one with one building. So you have, your government leader, your city mayor, if you are a county mayor, go ahead and do those things. Already establish, okay, so this, that, those, which apartment buildings. Yeah, you can have 20, 30 floors, that's fine for now. Don't pass 28, sorry, that's an improvement here. Up to 28 is fine because they're going to be demolished anyways, just a place for people to be, right? So choose and start already clean up all the rural areas, already bring tractors to aerate the soil. So already talk to the families, already give them a place at the city in a hotel or apartment that's empty, or completing construction because they don't really need furniture. People can, it's apartment, so it's not going to be bugs. They can put their clothes anywhere, very easy, even on a floor or in a box, right? Okay, very easy, very simple. So families can start already getting organized and emptying out their houses with what's not needed. Okay, so for big supermarkets such as Walmart, all these huge supermarkets that are in many countries, fast food stores, all those already close them down. So always leave only the main buildings and a restaurant close by and a place where the students and teens will have classes and the schools that already exist, right? So try, make a plan for you to have at these 2 blocks or so a group of a lot, the most as possible right there. Okay, now what every state needs, and most as possible, these big cities need, it's a big incinerator because people have a lot of stuff, really a lot of stuff. Some people keep buying, and it's really a lot, and many items they cannot be taken apart from another item. They are already made, such as objects made together, wood with plastic and things like that. So have these incinerators, recycle the best you can already, hire people because December, we have 4 weeks in December, a lot can be done. Let's do it, let's get organized and really do it. And on rural areas can already clean up roads, take out blacktops, and improve everything and start already, moving the families, contact place. I think people can move now. Here's an improvement up to 200 kilometers from the beach. For now, I think for a few months, I think that will be the most sustainable. So people can already clean up the center of the continent in an easier way. So already contact hotels, up to 200 kilometers, and, ask how many families, how many apartments they have, and make an agreement with them. So the families, how many families, 1,000, 2, 5, 10,000 families can move. Okay, so, most as you do, you're also going to get your points for life, because this is very important. And most of them are ready in hotels without kitchen. That's what we really need as soon as possible. So when they have their training in January, they're ready, more organized, already moved to a more sustainable location, and ready for the training. And people that are in office too much, so if you're a mayor, right, city mayor, county mayor, governor, president, so please go ahead and get everyone. Say, look, we're going to work. Let's get up and work. If they don't want, okay, they resign or you lay them off, because, we need to really work and move. So bring all this furniture here, bring all the doors there, all the windows here, take all the glasses over there, things like that, or the carpet over here. And you have to remember what people really need. It is a piece of carpet sewn on the sides. So get those industrial machines and, wash those carpets, because instead of mattress and bed and all these things, we're not going to need. All hotels need people only need, the carpet, and then they need a sheet, one blanket on the bottom to be soft, and the sheet can flip. The same sheet can be like a queen's sheet for every single person, right? And flip around for them to cover themselves, right? And a blanket, that's it, and a pillow. So no beds, no these huge mattresses, and no these pans and pots from the kitchens, nothing of that's needed. So please go ahead, make the announcement at your city and get ready. Now let's say a few words for the appliances. So you're going to have thousands of big things, refrigerators and freezers and all these things, right? Also, hire people, make the proper locations. Where will be the best locations to recycle these things, to separate them all, see what's going to be burned, what's going to be metal, what is, what you're going to do with all these items, and according to your reality, you're the one that's gonna make the best decision, the best as possible now, before the families move to this beach. So they're going to move right there by December 25th to 28th or so, because they can help. If they are not really at the demolition site, they're fine, right? So you're gonna start, so get the rural area done, get the industrial area done, get commercial areas done, because nobody gonna buy anything right now. If they need something, they purchase online, okay? But they don't need clothes, and they can, buy a little something at thrift stores, right? If they have little clothes or something, that's it. Or shoes, because, everybody just need what? A few change of clothes, one or two tennis shoes, and that's it, right? The very, very basic. Because we're going to work outside a lot, right? And guide people. And the farmers, the important is for farmers now. I'm going to say a few words. So for the farmers, you're already going to decide which ones are staying, which ones are not staying. They're going to stay until December for sure, right? But you're gonna see like if they have any bad industries such as for cane sugar, you can already close them down, right? Make juices, offer the cane itself to people, sell at supermarkets until the end of December. Give the cane sugar to people, but don't make white sugar. For companies that have white sugar, they have to put them away, put them not in water, put them in a land, mix them, dilute them with water and put them in land in different places, right? So everyone can do that. And already take them out, aerate their soil, start already planting trees. And so you have one less problem, the cane sugar farmers. And if you have anything bad, because some countries they can even, they're authorized to plant marijuana and other things that are not needed. So already clean them up and take them all out, and already aerate the soil and plant some trees, and you're done. So the other things for cars, give the notice to all families. Give 48 hours and say, look, you have 48 hours to put your family cars at supermarket parking lots because they're very unsustainable, and find a job close to your house. You already give the announcement to them. Use the radio, TV, very simple, because they're not sustainable, not good for humanity, and that's it. Very simple. Give them the notice and they're gonna find out. And all the offices are closing anyways, all the banks, and if they need something, they call. Insurance companies, all these huge buildings of huge cities, all not needed. Empty all of them out. For one or for another that's very important, what you're gonna do? Transfer them to a very little office, and buy this hotel that you're gonna organize, in each neighborhood while you demolish the rest, and choose the locations for people to be away from where the most demolition you can do according to reality now. So they won't have that powder in the air, right? So depending your reality, you can demolish everything only in February. That's okay, if you cannot demolish now. But if you can, if it's in a good location, if you have people to do it in a safe way, you know what you're doing, go ahead and get it done. Last thing for us to do afterwards. Okay, so farmers for food gonna stay until the end, right? Until the whole city clean up, because these people need to eat vegetables, fruits, and everything else. So already make a plan according to your reality to plant food in pots, and then when those families will be going to live closer to the beach, they will also bring those pots with them, right? So a lot of kale and everything else, see the proper soil for different vegetables and herbs. And go ahead, you can plant a lot. And many of those families have seen these videos on YouTube for sure, how to plant food in pots, right? And then they're gonna get, so 10 family goes, all right, they go by airplane and there goes their pots in a truck, right? And then 20 families, 40 families here, 20 there, already start doing this way, okay? So the families, positive families, they can already choose which state they're going. And you're gonna organize, so, you have your continent there, you have your country, right? Where those families want to go. So you're gonna, contact a few hotels to send most of the families as possible before the end of December, right? And then if they need, if they can, they find a way to move to another country, another place, and that's their situation. They're gonna deal themselves. You're gonna focus on the majority of people and get an agreement in paper. Everything paper. If you're a mayor, city mayor, county mayor, governor, president, get in paper. You get in a hotel for what? 200 people, 400, 1,000, 2,000. Get in paper. Everything, always 2 originals with proper signatures, 4 signatures, stamp. Get their names, everything. And also emails with details that you're gonna print them out and put them together. Okay, so no family gonna complain. Get the names of the families. Always give priority to the families that have younger children until 14 years old, right? Because everyone else gonna stay until the end. Not really the end, but 6 months, 1 year, right, towards the end of the cleanup program. But the families with younger children, the most as possible for them to leave soon, right? And leave up to 200 kilometers from the beach until we get more organized and have everything else a little closer to the beach, okay? So let's do that, 200 kilometers. I think that will work. Okay, my friends, thank you so much. And all the restaurants you can already close down, because even good restaurants just keep the one right there by their own hotel where those families gonna be, or these apartment buildings that you have right now. Okay, so for the apartment buildings that already many apartments empty, for example, that is the case for many people, make an agreement with the owners. They pay a little bit and they use their apartment because they're going to be demolished anyways, right? So they make a little agreement, contact the owners and go to real estate companies and talk to them. So look, I need 1,000 apartments, I need 400, and they're just going to pay the very basics because, we are all renewing, because people that work hard to get their property, they're going to get their points one by one. Everyone gonna do that. And then when they fill up at the PSF, gonna say where you got the money from, and then they're gonna say, right? And that's something else for their future vacation or their future permanent apartment. But for now, we just need everyone to keep moving. The other thing is parks. So parks, nobody gonna have time for parks anymore. They're gonna focus on the training in January and now to clean up their homes, clean up their communities. So it's a lot of work to do. So you can already clean up all the parks, state parks, national parks, county and city parks. Clean them all up. If there is one very close to this hotel, that's the best option, fine, because, people gonna stay there. Some big cities, right? They're gonna stay there for a long time. So go ahead, get an apartment right close to one of the city parks or county parks, small parks, so they can run, have some free time, plant some food right there, right? In pots for everyone, because maybe there's not much place to plant by the hotel, right? This restaurant by the hotel, and people can have fun, so get the parks that maybe they have a volley court or basketball court or something they can have fun, right? Okay. And all the others, go ahead and close them down, and then you're going to do really properly, The same as I said before, wood go with wood, metal goes with metal, recycle the best as possible. The wood already turned into mulch, already passed the tractor, already cut some trees down and turn them into mulch, plant new trees, right? and have everything organized. Already, the fruit trees, that's different because we're gonna focus more on farmers. But if one person here have one tree, the other one have one tree there, put them in pots. If they are good, if is have that machine that cut the root bulb together, that machine is really good and important. Okay, for single homes, you are going to send them the notice, depending on a country, right? Because some countries can have this, they have already this system, and all the cell phones on that area receive that message, right? Okay, so let them know. Give them 48 hours, tell them what to do, and that you have to be organized yourself, right? You already have 1,000 hotel apartments for 1,000 families. Okay, first come, first serve, get the proper documentation person, check everything, always start December now. Let's focus for children up to 8 years old, okay? Because the older ones can stay a little for afterwards because there's so many, right? So everyone with children up to 8 years old go to move now in December, the best as possible. Okay, so they bring their documentation, see how many, take their picture forward, take the picture sideways, get fingerprint of both hands, finger and the palm of the hand. Take picture really close, and sideways and frontways. I already asked them to cut their hair and everything that I already explained before. They give paperwork from their school and birth certificates, right? And they can go. Those are if the older children are 8 years old. Okay, it's different than the other thing I said. The younger is 15 years old, not for this. So let's do December. Everyone with the older children up to 8 years old, because the others can help a bit more, right? Okay, so first, if you're a very small city, and then, or a village, right? Then it's different. You can send everyone up to 14 years old. Other than that, let's focus on the families that have children, young children. Okay, the other good idea is for you to keep one of the schools. So if you already have a good school and an apartment building or a hotel close to this park, that's the perfect location to keep your families on each a few different neighborhoods of your city, So because that right there, it's everything you need. They have the school to go, the parents gonna study right there, at the same time. So not in the classrooms, but they can, for example, in the morning while the students are studying using the gardens or the classrooms, they can use the classrooms in the afternoon and the students go to play outside or things like that, right? And so if you have right there across the street, those four places will be perfect. So it's the hotel, the park, a school, and a restaurant. Okay? Great. You're doing really great. Okay, those families that are living, the main thing that they need at the new location is this carpet beds, okay, properly washed, because we don't want them to go to hotels full of furnitures and pictures on a wall to clean that up later. So contact your hotels ahead of time, or even apartment buildings. So one might have 20 apartments for sale, for example. They didn't sell. So contact realtor, of those. Get 4 different locations. So you're part of that continent. So 2 on the east, 2 on the west, something like that, right? Okay, 4 it's enough. So get 4 big apartments. When you send all the families to these 4 big apartments, right? Hotels, and then you get more. So if you get, let's say 4,000 families at this first 2 weeks, let's say, and then you get 4 more afterwards, okay? And they're gonna help as well to contact apartments, put your residents to help, to contact, see where they can go, you know, and have proper documentation, how many they can receive, how many apartments, empty apartments they have, being a hotel or regular apartments, fine. Okay, so that the basic things they need is just this blanket sheet, you know, very simple, 1 pillow per person, right? Because we're learning how to be sustainable, and 1 hand towel for each person. Everything embroidered. Remember, everyone need the school shirt with collar shirt with their name embroidered really big. Okay, so 2 centimeters tall in the front and the front. We don't need the back for now. Okay, the back we're only gonna use for very special needs, like families that are danger families from jail and places like that. All right, the other location gonna already contact for them to close down are nursing assistants, hospice, all these places, juvenile, jails, all these places already get resolved. Okay, so call their families to pick them up in case they're elders, right? Assisting living, everything. We already said, we already post videos about that. You know, give few hours to them. If the elders are really bad, you know, they don't have memory, you know, already send them to get those shots they doctors can give, right? Lethal or shots or electric chair, whichever it is, for that spirit to be free, goodness. You know, instead of, you know, they don't even know who they are, where they are. If it's really, really bad, you know, if they're in coma for too long or things like that. But if they have chances to be better, send them home. You know, their family have to come and pick them up, because we can do a lot for these people with prayers, good nutrition, talking and walk and taking sun and fresh air. Okay? All right. So they have to go home, already clean up, take everything out. You know, all the places need to have their 2 days clean up and their proper reports, 2-page report maximum. What happened, what they did, okay, and sign for people, always sign, the most important stuff, and then you get all this paperwork to a middle school, middle or high school, because they're gonna stay until the very end. Already decides which school gonna be, as I said, right, by this hotel and by this park, done. And for the J, already did what to do. So you're already gonna contact, you know, you're gonna make a decision. Okay, because the most important is the Sahara Desert. Everyone is going there. The other deserts, nearby people can work there because they're not huge, okay? So people in J go to Sahara Desert, that's already decided. So, but you need a place to bring them. So already contact places that, you know, closest as possible to the Sahara Desert. So depending on which continent you are, oh yeah, we need for the others as well. But according to what South America, we don't have many deserts there, right? We have North America, we have north of China, and we have the Australia. Australia also we can bring people because there's huge there, a lot of work to do. Yeah, so contact those countries if they have place for them, right? And already get organized if those jail residents are going to be back with their families or not, or if they're going to marry someone else. Already get all organize, already show them the movies, the videos to touch their heart, right? For them to really feel, how important they can help, they can do, and for us to build this humanity. Because if we touch their hearts, it's gonna be much easier for us to have their presence at this work, that we need to do with other families as well, of course. But instead of being something like, oh, it's mandatory, you have to go. No, it's not like this. It's more like, let's do it, my friends. Come, let's do it, okay? So you're already gonna sign up and do everything we already said before. So for the juvenile, the same way, but that's a little different because they're going back home, and their parents gonna decide if they're going to the desert or not, because we need many people going to the desert anyways, okay? And during these first 2 years, some people can volunteer, but not afterwards. At the end of this second year, people are not moving for 8 years or 10. We're going to decide that because we are going to have 20 years, right, established. So it will be 10 years for these first department directors and then 10 years for the following ones. But right now, to start this first 2 years cleanup, we're gonna need actually people there, because it's a lot of work to do, not only to plant, but to prepare the soil, and it's a lot. So we need a lot of volunteers. The other place you can already close down and demolish everything and, take care, it's for theme parks, right, that are in center of continents, and theaters and stadiums and all those places, right? Shopping centers, no one need to buy anything anymore, and places like that. Construction companies that sell construction materials, offices for builders, and all this stuff. Nothing of that are needed, right? Because we're just cleaning up. So they can clean up quick and already sign up for jobs available in your city. So if you can already give them money or give them points. You can do that as well, right? Instead of making more money, make no sense, right? To make more money, to pay all these people from your own pocket, from their own city money, instead of that, just give them points. Very simple. Have a ladder, how much per hour they're gonna have, how much is fair. Don't give too little. Try to get the best as possible, exactly like the dollar, right? So here in the United States, here in Florida, we have the minimum wage, the most simple of the simple that anyone can do, like helpers. I think it's 8 something an hour. So put 8 an hour, right? For the most basic of the basic. For people that are more like they study or they have a lot of experience, give 15 an hour. 16, let's do 16 an hour, okay? So people that have masters in something positive, or they have a lot of experience, something needed, okay? So for those, 16 an hour, that's it. So get a piece of paper, they're gonna sign in, sign out, right? As soon as they have food and electricity, water, right, the basics at this apartment that you gonna have for them. Okay, so every Friday you pay them. At the end of the day, when they come 6 o'clock at the end of the day, and for the morning team at noon, you give them the paycheck. And they're just gonna collect those papers, right? They're gonna collect those papers. And if they lose, don't worry, because they're all online. So find a way to have them online. But they're not going to lose, because nobody's gonna get pieces of paper from someone else, right? So they're gonna keep at the apartment, and when they move, they just need the very basic clothes, right? No books, no notebooks, nothing of that, because everything is online. Even for those that are learning English, they're gonna have everything online. Okay, great. So they need this little bedding, right, at the new location, food. The other things already said, the school, right? So already get organized with the hotel they're moving to. So most as you do, you also get your points, so get your secretaries, get people to help. And for the place they are moving, they also need exactly the same, a restaurant or a clubhouse, right? Maybe a church can be useful, because then the preschool kids can also go to this church as a school, and things like that. You need the school, you need the park, the hotel, the same as having at the city for the families that are staying a little longer. All supermarkets, you can already close them down because they're not needed. So you give them notice, 48 hours, right, for them, and they're gonna sell everything they can. After that, we're already gonna do the system that they will become distributors. Food, they're gonna bring the food, they're gonna be distribution centers, right? But not open to the public, because we don't need people to go far away and walk and get a bag and bring the food a little bit, because they are not going to have their cars anymore, right? So you're gonna already establish where the food gonna come from your farmers and where would be this best distribution center. You're gonna decide which supermarket gonna be, but they are not open to the public. Okay, all right, so they bring things to each hotel according to how many people are there. So you're gonna establish, so it's not one people get money, the other get money, the other get money. No, bring food straight from the farmers to this distribution center, and they're gonna bring to the neighborhoods that's still open, right? These hotels, restaurants. And gonna be a lot of food, because we're not going to have that much waste, because restaurants in general, they waste a lot of food. So gonna be much cheaper and a lot available. And it's mandatory. So for example, if you have carrots, it's mandatory to come the leaves, because they can eat the leaves. If they have cabbage, they don't peel off everything, because they can use, the layers outside can protect, and they clean up at their own neighborhood and use those as a compost for their pots, right? Okay, so what you need to guide them is what can be according to reality, what can be in season of the year, what you can plant in pots on those plastic containers, right? Which fruit trees of your city you're gonna put in containers to bring, which ones are sustainable, which ones can handle, because those machines, some machines are really good. Buy one of those, they're very small, and they take the fruit tree with the whole bulb, right? Make a study, because many can go that way. Most fruit trees, because we have many farmers with fruit trees, let's bring them instead of just killing them, right? No, we're gonna bring them to the beach, okay? Put them in big pots, plastic pots, okay? And maintain them along the year. Do a good, get some people, professionals in the area, right, on how big the root system needs to be for them to handle a few months, right, until they're planted, and they're gonna be fine. The other thing is that which fruit trees you can trim the canopy and which ones you cannot, because some fruit trees don't like that. And if you're gonna cut a little bit and a little later, or cut everything now. So get professionals to do all these things in different areas. You also need the trucks to keep every day picking up the family cars from supermarkets, parking lots, and bring them to the proper location. Okay, so, and work with them. You're a mayor, you're governor, doesn't matter. Work, one day you're in a team, another day you're in another team. Look what they're doing, because they're going to see you enthusiastic, then they're going to help them to even see and give value to your work, right? And be happy about have your company there, right there beside them. Imagine, gonna be a gift. Okay, so now one thing that's really important for this time, this December, right? It's two different things. One is to be happy, but work in a safe way. So you can sing, you're gonna hire the proper teachers to be at these proper schools, which teacher you're gonna bring from one school to another, and also see at the beach location who gonna be the teachers, if you need teachers for this church, or if the students that are go to join schools that already exist, if they are good or not, if they can be better or not, what you need to help. All these details you need to search up, because they need to be safe. They cannot have classes at the park. They're children, they're teen, and not only children up to 8 years old. They cannot have fun classes at parks, because at parks we don't have proper walls, we don't want any child to be running at the street. So this is very important. It's your job, to do at your own city, and also to those families that are going to these 4 different places by the beach. Make sure which church they're going, which teachers you're going to hire. These families you're send already few families that are already going to teach their own sons and daughters, right? Is this church have proper walls or not? Okay, make it quick. Get a few boards, these concrete boards, and send them. Get the ones that already exist, or get already the ones that we're going to use in the future. Those that are 2 meters high with frame. Okay, fence a church and they can have classes there. So they're safe, right? Okay, so these 4 locations by the beach that you are getting, you have to make sure you have all these details. The other thing, you cannot send anyone in cultural or religious clothing. So you have to talk to them ahead, purchase the clothes they need, in case, there are all these different clothes for Islam, for this, for that, right? Okay, so you get organized, give them proper clothes, and teach English every day. Every day, everyone needs to speak English, right? For the team leaders, get those that are professionals in that area, right? From recycling, for teaching, for anything, that already speak most English as possible, because we already are practicing, right? So let's see. So they can already learn at home, make their little tiny flashcards and get organized. And the other place you have to close are those that have nuns and monks, these people that does not get married, right? Or communities that are isolated by themselves. So all of them, you need to notify them properly. Always be respectful, polite, explain what we're doing. We're renewing our entire humanity. Very simple, very simple. This is a program of the Peace and Love Organization, right? And we are doing that at all continents, all cities of all continents. So give them notice. And have people checking them up. If they really close on those at the end of those 2 days, make sure you inspect them inside, see what they're doing. 2 days is all the basics, right? The basics with reports. For positive companies have reports. Negative companies does not make reports, okay, that sell bad stuff, because we don't need that, such as bars and this dance clubs, right, and places like that. Now let's say a few words for commercial site owners, right? The hotels, for schools, for stores all over, for restaurants and fast food, for everyone. What you're gonna do? You have to inform them what we are doing. That's the first thing. You're not going to say, oh, I can use this hotel for my families of my city. No, it's not like that. You're going to explain them properly, going to organize yourself, send this message to the whole city. When these messages you can plan and come to everyone that have a cell phone in that area, right? So you're going to send that message. Please go to the Peace and Love Organization channel at YouTube. You're going to guide them to come here, until our website is ready, okay? Because we're going to have our website only when it's the organization launching day, because we really don't know yet when this day gonna be. So you're gonna do the best you can according to your reality. So you have to already contact them nicely for them to come here to our YouTube channel, because that's what we have right now, okay? And we're gonna tell everyone, of course, when the special day, the launching day will be with the website, okay? But right now we don't know yet when we can do that. We need to get more organized on these things first. So tell them, look, we have these programs for a better humanity, and we have to clean up everything that's not positive, right? So please check the following videos, and make sure you complete all your cleanup in 2 days, because we are cleaning up the entire city. We're moving, all of us, the entire city, moving to live close to the beaches, okay? All right? And you can use radios, you can use TV for this information. Yes, you can, all right? Just information, but you cannot give go to those places to give interview. That you cannot do, okay? You're just gonna make it very simple, written, with those links according to each location cleanup. That already posted video, how to do the 2 days cleanup for everything, right? For schools, for sites, because everyone gonna be moving anyways. Even places that are at the beach, right? They also have to clean up their schools, commercial sites, and go to smaller locations the same way. Okay, so in a few words, that's how it is. Let's get ready, do the best you can. Everything proper writing. So for all team leaders, sign a contract. For all previous employers, they have to resign, or you have to lay them out. People that are very obese and they're unhealthy, give only 8 an hour, because so they can have motivation to be better, so they can have more money. And the leaders gonna be 16 an hour, no more, because we are trying, even here in the United States, we are trying that for everyone, because people, we don't want to go to 20, 30, 40 an hour. It make no sense, right? Because the least we can right now, just for us to pay our bills. So you're gonna put everyone else in between, from $8 to $16, okay? As I already said, for the basic, like anyone, people that even, they have to finish high school to have that money, that's for sure. So if they finish high school, they have 8 an hour. If they finish masters or have a lot of experience with high school or, technical classes, and then they have $16 American dollars an hour. Okay? All right, really great. The other places you have to close down, all these places that produce and sell magazines, newspaper, and print a wedding invitation, and all this with the print, all of those you already can close them down and ask them to do their proper cleanups. Places that sell material for school and office, as I said, they can already bring all the notebooks they have to distribution centers and to those churches or schools, right? Because that's where the kids are, the teenagers are, right? And you need also location for all adults to study, because no one gonna work the whole day. They work a half day and they're gonna study the other day because they need to learn English. So for those that already know English, as soon as they do their check, they listen to 40 hours of video according to their department, and then it's okay, they can work the whole day. Because many people want to work the whole day, they're going to get more money, right? And if they already know the basics, that's fine. So the basics will be 40 hours for their area, right? But also all the videos related to family practices. So how they can handle to their spouse, their children, all these details related to that. Time to eat, time to put them in bed, laundry day. So the Department of Families. Okay, so that I don't know how many hours all of them combined will be, and we are organizing to have them, because many things improved along the months. So we are going to have them all organized, and hopefully not going to be that many hours, okay? All right, so here it is. Get signature for everyone you hire, get organized, and also for the families. When they sign up to go to those hotels to live at the beach, the families that have children, with the oldest being about 8 years old, what you're going to do? You're going to say exactly the name of the place, the church, what they have, what they don't, but what they have, that's the main thing, that water, electricity, food, okay? And if it's too hot, if they have AC, depend on your reality, okay? And where their children gonna study, the name of the school or church, right? Okay, already following our program. So I already posted a video on YouTube today. That's the proposal for the Martin County here, school district. And we're going to do about that exactly the same. Cancel all regular classes and focus only on our program. That we're going to plant, work out, and have fun time, and have outside learning games, and outside free time, and white peace flags with dances in circles, and also dances in choreography. Okay, so, and then those parents gonna sign up. You only gonna send complete families. What the complete families are? At least 2 children, properly married, right, with proper documentation of their residential, previous residency, right, address, and their previous work, get documentation. They need to bring a letter from their, or email from their previous work, because you need a place, and that will be the middle school, for you to receive all these families, because middle schools are the ones gonna stay at the end. Here's an improvement. You can start at any school, to start, right? Any school, because even preschool can already receive the basics and guide the basics to everyone, because there's going to be links of the videos. And when you send information to all families, put a very basic link, so like 10 sentences and 10 links. So this video should be one of them for them to understand all this basic, and then you're gonna put 9 more links of our videos, the ones you think are the most important according to your reality. And one of them, the other one that's very important you're going to do for sure, is the basic one, the one that first time comers. That video I have there every time people go to our channel. So that's another one just for them to know how to get there, right? Because some people don't know how to do it, how to go on YouTube, how to sign up, how to subscribe. So you're going to guide them, okay? So remember, cannot give interviews to anyone. Not to radio, not to newspaper, not to friends, not to neighbors, right? No interviews. You're just gonna say what is to be done and make sure it is done, okay? For us to be safe. If they want information, they're gonna check our videos on YouTube, all right? That's the real best. So for food, for these 4 hotels that you're getting by the beach, remember, check everything, ask them if they have food, if you have to purchase some or not. Every family give a contribution, or if they have plenty, and if the family is going to purchase only afterwards when they're already there. So get everything, which farmer is going to be giving them food, get contract with those farmers, how long? 2 years. 2 years, get everything for 2 years, because it's a lot of work to do at the beaches. We have many buildings out of code, right? We need to remodel many, put down many, build new ones. So you do your own contract with the farmers of those families that you're sending. How many families? Okay, 4, 10,000 families. So you have to see. If it's really needed, we can go up to 400 kilometers from the beach. Okay, so here's another improvement. Let's do that, 400 kilometers, okay, for us to work faster. And then we're going to let you know when going to be the 200 limit time, right, for everyone. So this way going to be much easier, because there are many more families, cities that we can reach, and they have hotels and restaurants and everything else we need. Okay, when you give the time also for the residential communities, right? Because you're going to start on single family homes, right? Flat homes, one floor, right? So the community gonna do their cleanup and sing together, or have a special lunch together the next day, right? Remember to ask them to do that, something special before they really move, so they have their 2 days cleanup. Yes, even for commercial site. But then they can have the following day something special. Maybe even some games. They don't even have to eat together if they're too busy, right? Moving, or not much money or not much food available, but play some games, family games with people of all ages. Everyone can do that, and they're gonna remember, the very good moments they had, that community or that commercial site, so for business owners to do that, have something special, because we are cleaning up. Yes, we have to lay off people. Yes, people need to resign. Yes, because that's the only way we're going to do it, right? That's the only way. But let's have some fun, okay, on the following day before they start moving to other cities, or also before they start working. So if you get many communities, for example, neighborhoods, right? But for example, the message could not reach the rural area, for example, right? So, okay, so you're gonna send them a letter to rural areas with what? 10 sentences, 10 links, and these 2 videos I just told you gonna be the first 2 ones, and you choose 8, okay? All right, so let's do everything with harmony, everything with dignity, right? Let's be kind to everyone. And the person didn't explain, tell again, look, you go to this place, that place, teach the people how to find the videos instead of always giving them answers, because that will be much easier. Make sure you have laptops, computers everywhere, so people to study, for them to learn about this program, and for them to apply for the job you have. Okay, so until the end of December, you can use the website that you already have for your county, your city, your state, whichever it is. Okay? If you're a president, you can already, or a governor, you can already have a system for the whole state, to apply for jobs, to, clean up jobs, or according to what's needed for that area, because we need some people that are specialists, how to take windows, how to take doors, how to take some other things are easy, like take off cabinets and things like that, but we need how to take pipes, how to take electricity. Some things are dangerous, how to take optical fiber cables at streets, right? Okay? So it's very important for us to be 100% intelligent and 100% safe, okay? And do things really the best you can. So if you are a government leader, you can take some pictures of the people, right? You can do that, that's okay, but don't record things talking about. Make a simple, information of the neighborhoods, when you're going to demolish this and that. And you also, if you're a president, you can do for all country. The whole country have one system for job, instead of so many. The city have one, the county has another website, everyone has another website. Make one simple one for the whole country, right? Positions available to apply, families until 80 years old applying to move out, positions of special safety, such as electricity to take out and all these other things, okay? All right. And at the center of so we're gonna work faster, right? Just one place, and people can move a little bit here and there according to your need, because some big cities might have many professionals and some small cities might not have the professionals that we need to take all these cables and things out in a proper, positive way. So keep your buses, right? Because that's very important. Keep your airplanes, keep your, these basic things that we're gonna still use a little bit, okay? All right. If those families, because some countries are in the middle of continents, right? And not by the coast, so what you're gonna do? The families need to go up to 200 or 400, right, kilometers from the beach. Okay, contact this other country, these 4 different locations of your continent, and get proper paperwork with them, and tell how many families you have ready to go, and get the authorization, and will be one letter for each family, one original for each family, so they can have that with them, with all their names properly written, and the hotel this other country are offering them, and the name of the school those kids gonna go, or the church that was already cleaned up that they can go to, okay? Because that's important. That's your job, okay? So every mayor, every state governor and president can help as well. So you're gonna see how many families you can help, right? 1,000, 2,000, or how many families you can help. So, and they're gonna sign up to you. So families cannot sign up in two different locations. That's another very important thing. If they're doing with the county, they cannot do with the city. If they are doing with the city, they cannot do with the state, for example, right? Whichever they're signing in, they stay at that list and they cannot sign another list. You know, the main thing is just for them to have an idea which of these 4 areas. So you can get the east, right? North and south, and west, north and south. That's it. You know, very basic. And they cannot sign another paper. You have to explain this really well to them. And when they come, you can already put the videos to be passing over and over and over. If they're in a waiting list, so they're looking for a job, right? So, but they have to learn about different things. They have to get the blood test. They need to get the drug test, the 10-panel drug test for everyone they're going to work. All these things are very important, right? And you're going to do a lot of workout with them, because remember, you have families that still drink, still smoke, still dependent on white sugar, you know, or different things. They're addictive to things, right? So you're going to play a lot of games. Okay, some people are already watching some information, right? Videos. Some other people are outside the sun, you know, running, working out, stretching, right? And jumping, okay, for them to get their blood activated and moving, so they won't think about negative things such as drink and or tobacco or whichever it is. So be very organized when you receive them to sign up for a class to learn what they're gonna do, right? The whole month, they don't change. So they're gonna choose one thing, what's available, and attend that class. So mostly we need is demolition and recycling. A very few to inspect the locations if everything was properly taken out before they put the building down, okay? And the other group is the ones that gonna come with tractors and pick up all that debris and bring it to another location, or covering them up, because you can also do that. Just put dirt on the top. So, okay, and have proper videos according to what they're gonna learn. And they can also study at auditoriums, places like that, gymnasiums. Gymnasium is hard to have the TV, right, for details. So let's do auditoriums, let's do classrooms itself before you demolish. The university you can already demolish. They're huge and it's not needed. Keep one building, very small, such as the office, right? Or even across the street with a sign. The university or college, it's right across the street. And put the address, make a sign, and already demolish the whole university, because we don't need. They're huge and it's not needed. We're gonna empty out all the cities anyways, right? Okay. Another team for working that's really important is the planting team, the food for the families, right? How to guide and seeds and pots and all these things to purchase, but also for the trees that are gonna stay on site, because the team that's gonna stay until the end will be planting over and over all these trees. You can use synthetic fertilizer just for this reason, because nobody gonna eat those trees, and as soon as they grow fast as possible, be better. Make sure you have a variety of trees, right? And flowers for pollination. That's fine. You can have flowers, you know, many trees with flowers, because that's the least we can do, right, for the soil, because they fall down, they're gonna break down easily and turn into bacteria. But we cannot leave fruit trees. Have to remember that. No fruit trees, nothing edible at the center of those continents. Okay, and now to complete, see everything that is not harmonious, such as plateaus, very high mountains that does not look harmonious, or valleys, so you get the thing from dirt from the mountains, bring to the valleys. So that's another team, look, shape up, organized, okay, and make a decision and have a team, see how many. So some positions are part of the assistant team, right? Assistant teams, such as those for refugee camps, for slums, natives, nomads, right? So they're university teachers in charge of that. So for all these teams, so here's another improvement. All team leaders need to be university teachers for each of these areas needed. And those that are not specific, it's not such a class for recycling, very few places have that. Just do the best you can. So they're going to sign up to be the leaders, right? So university teachers with at least masters, right? Or maybe not. But yes, masters, because if they're teaching, right, they have masters. Okay. So they will be department directors, leaders, right? Leaders of all those different teams. So the other thing, you have to make reports, everyday simple reports, and every Friday, or let's do Friday by 9 o'clock. Shall we do that? Okay, because by 6 they finish their work and then they get home, they have children, they're busy. So, and then we give 8 to 9 on Friday for them to complete any detail that's needed and post them, right? So the president gonna make and the governments, the city mayors and county mayors gonna make, let's do only states. Let's do states, I think, right? So every state, not city and counties, every state gonna make a YouTube channel, and families gonna put their videos there, right, of those reports that are being made. Everyone gonna work only until the 28th, because we are going to rest the 29th, 30th, and 31st, and already get ready for the training, so people can rest and already start talking about the training, know exactly where they're gonna have the training, where they're gonna do their practicum, right? If they have their notebooks with them, where they're gonna watch the videos, and details like that. So the monthly report, all the work needs to finish by December 28th, and the reports need to be posted on the 29th, let's say up to 11 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because then the parents, right, have a few hours to make improvements and edit anything, because they're gonna make videos, take pictures, and also have a written report, right, of all the activities they did. They're mini videos, very short, a little bit before, during, after, before, during, after. And the teams, right, without caps, showing who is the team that helped to clean this up, because people are going to start getting points already for this 2-year cleanup, okay? All right, so make sure you're only going to start what you can finish, like don't leave things on the middle of the way, because people, they're going to move and things like that. So for those that going to be in January where they are, then it's okay. because they can continue afterwards. But for those that gonna move by the end of the month, those 2 days, 29th and 30th, they can't leave things in the middle of the way. So if you organize a building, empty building or a whole neighborhood, okay, organize that, the best as possible, so it's not stop in the middle of the way, okay? Everyone working in different teams, they're also gonna have that same video on their own family YouTube channel. Every family is making one, right? With their Saturday garden work, with their laundry day, cleanup day, their fun day on Sundays, playtime, their children. So they're also gonna have the copy that same video, right? They can do their cell phone and copy. The other thing is, do only what you're 100% sure. So you know how to clean up that bridge or that building. You have professionals in there, then it's okay, right? You're gonna do that. But for more special things such as natives, right? To go to tribes, refugee camps, or whichever you need more detail, then you're not doing. But for those that's easy, I wrote it there, easy, go ahead and get it done, okay? For example, before you demolish, you have to take all the wires, everything. If you have real good professionals, they're safe, they're doing things really properly. So what you're gonna do, then it's okay if you have them. If you don't have them, do the things you can have, right? Other places. Organize what you can, and to be safe, to be organized, to train them, those basic trainings. You can give them 2-4 hours, right? With the very basics, and then in the afternoon, you can test them, ask questions, show them again the videos, talk about again. So it's about one whole day training. I think that's enough for many different things, such as recycling, simple things, because the family is going to clean up a lot. That's the basic, right? And how to build trash incinerators, or if you're going to purchase one, where they sell, if you have money for that, if you get them cheaper or not. So things that you can do, that you know how to do it according to our instructions, go ahead and you can do it. Okay, and then the other thing is, by the end of the month, then all the preschools, all the other schools, right, that got documentation from anybody, and then they will send everyone to middle schools, local middle schools, okay? Because then middle schools, they're not too huge, and can have the older teens as well, right? Okay, they can have some classes at the park. The high school can have, that's okay, but not the little ones up to 8 years old. Okay, so we're really organized, we're really safe, and do things really well. Okay, so thank you so much. Keep looking our videos for more information, but here's the very basics, and we see you soon. For the points that we're still looking for details, how much, because I said 1 million points, right, for people that close down very negative places, right, such as producers of nicotine, tobacco, alcoholic drinks, and drugs, right? And that is true. It's very good, because how many families get hurt by those items, right? So we're saving many families. It's not one person or another. So if there are producers or very bad places, we want to keep that amount of points, okay? But keep looking, because as we said before, we don't want to have too many zeros, right, in our points. So keep checking, because we're gonna review all those points, and we're gonna give a better list in January. But if they close, they close. They get the letters, so the families that are helping, right? And then when the notice come from the president, and then they can't have those points anymore, right? Because the places just have to close already, right? Okay, but it's good because then the family's gonna, also try, right? And contact and send emails. They're gonna be active and feel part of this work we're doing, and not just the president doing and done, right? Okay, so they will feel that they are making a difference. They are helping us, helping our planet to be better, right? Because we're all doing this united. So thank you so much, and we see you soon. Okay, so government leader is going to resign on December 28th at the end of the day, 6 o'clock. All right, thank you.